Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Ari Talks About Music. I'm Ari, and today I will be reviewing this new album from The Nightmares, Fire in Heaven. Fire in Heaven is the second album by the Welsh Gothic rock band The Nightmares, and is a release that really sees them going much more into that pure Gothic rock, and is a release that sees them minimizing a lot of the electronic influence from their previous works. The album opens with the track Siren Song, which immediately the first thing I noticed about this song is how much the opening riff sounds like Where's My Mind by Pixies, which is of course an influence that I absolutely love to hear. With the song then just building and evolving and turning into this really nice, powerful track with this amazing guitar riff all the way through. Something in the Dark shows off some absolutely beautiful drumming along with this absolutely amazing thunderous bass line. I do think that the slight hints of electronic sounds on this track do sound a bit out of place. However, they're not too overpowering and are generally quite easy to ignore, so they don't hinder the song that much at all. But on the whole, the build-up in this track is still amazing, featuring this absolutely amazing and really powerful sounding outro. Dead Roses also uses synthesizers, but I think in a much better way that just blends with the rest of the song so well compared to the previous track. Although outside of that, I think overall this track is a bit monotonous, especially compared to the two previous tracks being so powerful and so theatrical. Letting It All Go opens with this really nice little piano riff before the guitars eventually take over, which gives this song a nice progression to it. Although I do find that by the time the song gets going, the overall song structure along with a lot of the riffs and harmonies do sound quite generic. Hell Is Gonna Happen builds and progresses in such an amazing way, with all of the instruments and arrangements coming together so well and just all around sounding amazing. I also particularly love the vocals on this track, going for a much more softer sound to them, which is a really nice way of switching things up on this album. Blood on Your Hands takes a much softer and stripped back tone, which sounds really good coming off of a run of a lot of heavier tracks. The guitar riff sounds really good and just serves as this really nice background music while the vocals really have a chance to shine. Runaway sounds absolutely amazing during the verses, especially with its use of electronic instruments, which is really something that I wish this album just had a little bit more of. Although I think that the chorus does fall flat just a little bit on this track, not quite living up to the build-up that was created during the verses. I also really just want to take a moment to talk about the track Winterlude, which obviously you can tell it's just an interlude, but just sounds really nice. Just being this minute and a half long piano instrumental, but still flows really well with the rest of the album. Heaven Won't Hold Me showcases a lot of really cool and interesting guitar sounds, along with the vocals sounding amazing on this track being some of the most emotional on the entire album. And finally, the closing track Melancholy Waltz is another one that just goes for a much softer tone, and of course an absolutely amazing build-up throughout the song. And I also just absolutely love how the orchestral arrangements during the outro on this track sound, which is just such an interesting idea to incorporate into their more gothic rock and synth pop leaning sound. And so on the whole, while I don't love this album quite as much as their debut Seance in 2023, this is absolutely still a really, really solid effort from The Nightmares. I think that this album is just slightly lacking in the electronic department, that being one of the things that I loved so much about their debut, but it's still really cool to see them go more into the gothic rock side of their sound, and of course the more orchestral ideas showcased on the closing track also sound amazing. And so overall, I'll be giving this one a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this review. Please be sure to listen to this album yourself and tell me your thoughts below. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and please leave a dislike if you didn't like the video, and remember to stay hydrated.